Hello humans, I'm El. Let me say this first. Italy is beautiful, but living here is very different from visiting here. And if you're Filipino, or honestly, anyone thinking of moving to Italy, there are things you need to know. I grew up in Italy, but I actually went back to the Philippines for 4 years. I studied there, I went to college, I graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. So at this point, I thought, okay, I have a degree. I have experience living abroad. I should be fine. Yeah, not really. When I came back to Italy, I realized something very quickly. My diploma didn't really count here. It's not like in the US, where from what I understand, it's usually easier to recognize foreign degrees. So, what happened? I couldn't find a job in IT. I couldn't use what I studied. I ended up working as a factory worker for a full year. And this is where I need to be very honest. I got lucky. At the factory, they urgently needed someone for a logistic office role. I already knew the production side, and they knew I was good with computers. So they gave me a chance. Not because of my diploma, not because of my degree, just timing and luck. And I want to be clear about this because many people don't talk about it. I personally know Filipinos who graduated in the Philippines with high-level degrees, dentists, business graduates, professionals, and here in Italy, they're cleaning houses, working in factories, doing jobs completely unrelated to what they studied. And there's nothing wrong with honest work. For example, a close relative of mine, she finished nursing in the Philippines. She was already working as a nurse there. So when she came to Italy, she thought it would be kind of automatic. You know the stereotype of Filipinos in nursing. In the US, it's almost a meme at this point. But here in Italy, it didn't work like that. The paperwork was complicated. The recognition process was long, and in the end, she couldn't work as a nurse. She ended up cleaning houses. After a few years, she went back to the Philippines and started working as a nurse again. So yeah, it's not about being capable, it's about the system. Of course, it isn't everyone's experience, but it's common enough that it needs to be said. Because let's be honest, that's not what people imagine when they say Italy is a dream. Another huge thing people underestimate is language. In Italy, a lot of people, especially older generation, don't speak English. Like, at all. Things are slowly changing because of social media and younger people, sure. But in offices, factories, government places, Italian is not optional. And this is the part a lot of people don't really talk about. Money in daily life here in Italy. A lot of people think Europe automatically means high salary, but in reality, many full-time jobs here pay around 1,200 to 1,600 euros a month. That sounds okay until you live here. Rent alone can take a huge part of your salary. Then you add bills, food, transportation, and suddenly saving becomes really hard. It's not that people don't work hard here. A lot of Filipinos work really hard. Factory jobs, cleaning, warehouses, night shifts. The problem is that life here is just heavy. And when you come from the Philippines, you expect that moving abroad will automatically fix everything. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just changes the kind of struggle. I'm not saying Italy is a bad country. I live here. I work here. I built my life here. But Italy is not a shortcut. It's not automatically better. It's definitely not easy. Especially for fellow Filipinos who come here thinking their degree or experience will transfer smoothly. I'm not saying don't come to Italy. I'm saying come informed. Because Italy is beautiful. But beautiful doesn't pay bills. If you're someone thinking about moving in Italy, I'm not telling you don't do it. I'm just saying understand the risks, understand the language barrier, understand sometimes your biggest qualification here is not your diploma. It's your adaptability. And yeah, sometimes a bit of luck. This video is a little bit different from your usual content, but I want to start this new series being a bit more serious and talk a little bit about my thoughts and real life. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what you think about this new series. I really want to hear your thoughts. See you next time. Bye!